You like that stuff.
Of course, who doesn't? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Boys and girls,
Children of all ages.
welcome to the show.
That's right. I hope everyone is having a spectacular Monday. Sorry for the oh my gosh, we're like 2 minutes late there. We were teaching a 7-year-old how to make an electrical circuit for his homework. Because they understand that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, lucky for us, we just so happen to have a light bulb, a big-ass battery, and a switch.
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't know who has that laying around their house, but, for those of you guys, okay, on a Monday night.
They have good tools.
Yeah, I mean, Dad's got a bitchin' set of tools. Yeah, we can fix that Cadillac.
That's what I took the picture, so I'm going to shed it to him.
Yeah.
So he can
show the teacher.
Show the teacher.
Yeah, and the teacher's going to be like, whoa.
What is that?
We were using a 2150 Stinger battery. Yeah. Speaking of Stinger, how many of you guys heard the news this past weekend? Amp Global is no longer going to call themselves Amp Global. They're renaming their company to Stinger Solutions. That's right.
What is this? This is a trouble news or what?
No, but I just think it's
okay.
one of those things where it's like, wow, that's some pretty neat stuff.
That's right, baby.
Go ahead and get your questions in. Fernando's going to go through those, and
let's go to the Facebook stuff.
Before we do that, Fast Times at Ridgemount High. Thank you, Lance. Thank you for that throwback.
Hello, Mike.
Oh,
that's Mike.
Hello, friends. Closer to the equator.
Actually, in Vegas, I ate Boston cream.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You had one. I did too. And
I was thinking about Mike.
I was also thinking of Mike, and we had a turkey sandwich.
I think we did.
We did have a turkey sandwich.
Yes.
You didn't have a Diet Coke though.
No,
although
I have a Pepsi.
I had a Pepsi.
I have a Pepsi.
So for those of you guys that are like Coke Pepsi people, so like I'm not a Coke Pepsi guy. I know, and this is one of those things that are if you're not on my team, you suck. And I totally understand. It's like iPhone, Android, whatever. Yeah. Coke, Pepsi's the same way. I'm here to tell you, Pepsi tastes like crap.
I know.
It's disgusting.
I know.
And Diet Pepsi should just be burned from the planet because
I know.
And I understand why they had it because everybody likes Mountain Dew, hands down.
Oh my God!
Mountain Dew.
I was surprised how.
Oh my God! I understand the Mountain Dew thing. I totally understand the Mountain Dew thing. I just think it sucks.
Saludos, Jose.
Because it's like, oh, we want Mountain Dew. All right, so we'll get Pepsi. No, why don't you just go get me Coke?
I mean, to be honest with you, I was like disgusting. So impressed.
I did have a Dr. Pepper the other night, and I don't know why. Yeah, this was like a week before we went. I got a Dr. Pepper, and I was like, I looked at Haley, and I says,
Pepsi.
This is pretty bad. Dr. Pepper, I understand why you like it more than like a Pepsi or a Coke, but damn, man, I have not drinking soda in a really long time, or like I like to refer to it, pop. I'm a root beer guy, and they screw that up real easily. I feel like root beer is the most screwed up beverage on the planet.
So the next time we're going
Pepsi
to Rockford,
sucks.
It's only any request.
Yeah, anything.
Like, can I get a pack of Coke?
I was this close to drinking the Mountain Dew.
No, I was.
I was this close to drinking it just because I knew Pepsi tasted like crap. Don't get me wrong, I wanted a water, but I was also like this.
I drink a water and then I drink the Pepsi just because I needed that sugar.
Oh, I needed the sugar so bad, Mr. Pibb.
Yeah,
come on.
I didn't get the massage, bro. I didn't get the massage.
Or the bath. I want cherry Coke. Okay, I'll give cherry Coke. Oh, no. I think cherry... No, I think the cherry does... Even cherry... I like cherry 7-Up personally, but... I'm a kid, I guess.
Hey, man. I'm
Werner...
guy.
Bob.
Vernors
is the best. I can buy a 2-liter of Vernors and put it in my house, and nobody will touch it but me. I know it'll never. I'll be like, Tss.
Really?
I can drink out of the bottle. They will not touch that with a 10-foot pole. They will move it to the back of the refrigerator so it is not taking up space. And this has been Drink Talk with Dean and Fernando. Thank you guys so much for playing along.
That's right.
I will say this though, not to complain, but I am complaining. But I understand why I'm complaining. Yes, Werner's is ginger ale.
Elias, what's
up,
buddy?
homies? I will say this though. The fact that like I had bottles of water.
Uh-huh.
I went and grabbed the bottle of water out of the refrigerator. That was great that they had a refrigerator. Thank God they had a refrigerator. And I would just put it underneath the seat in the Gladiator, because I'd be talking and I'd like die all of a sudden.
Uh-huh.
And I'd be like, I need something to drink. Oh, vanilla Coke too.
No, bro, no. I can't do flavor things like that.
Yeah,
I
don't understand the Coke Zero thing either. The girls drink that, or Sue drinks it, and like I know a lot of people that drink Coke Zero, and I understand, but it's like
I'm a classic guy.
You want a Mexican Coke.
Yes.
Yeah, and for those of you guys who don't know, it's not being insulting. It's literally a Coke from Mexico.
Yeah.
Because they use cane sugar instead of the crap we use here. It usually has
real sugar, bitch.
It usually has like a green label to it or whatever.
Literally says, "Do not give to the kids."
Hold on, I'll come back to you, Cuddy. I'm sorry. It was hot in those Jeeps. Right. Yes, it was totally hot in those Jeeps. But that was that was to move you guys out. Here's the demo. Get out.
2 songs.
Oh,
2 songs.
You got 2 songs? I didn't even get 2. I get 1 song, bro.
No. The reason why I got 2 songs is because one was like just to.
They got a better experience with you.
Yeah, of course.
What I would do is I'd play a song, like I'd either play the Elton John or the Steely Dan. While we were talking, just so there was music playing, and if they wanted to, I'd crank that up. Like every now and then, I'd turn up the Steely Dan just so I could say, and it sounds good with regular music.
No, I played vocals.
I destroyed their hearing,
and then I played bass, and I was like, oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, I just wanted their hearing dead. Oh, and by the way, Bill, congratulations on making the top 5 sales reps.
Elias,
congratulations. I was texted. It wasn't emailed. Somebody texted to me. Chris, Phantom Chris, texted to me because he made the list too. So congratulations to all you guys that made that. I don't know anything else. I'm not into that at the moment. But before we get too deep into this,
please.
Hey guys, we do this little Facebook club that some of you guys know about. It's called the 12-Volt Clean Wire Club. It's brought to you by the fine folks over at Metro Electronics. They either bring us, we talk about T-Spec, we talk about Tsunami, which are their two of their brands per se that that sponsor.
They are sponsoring the page.
Yep. So every week, Fernando digs through the page and tries to find something.
Yeah, you get
it? Oh, geez, I got it wrong that time too. Tries to find something amazing or just something that he likes. And today is no different. So what we got here is awesomely using a T-Spec product, which makes things so much easier. I love that they have the shrink wrap to match, which is really nice. Obviously a nice audio control product, which is cool. Using some speed wire throughout the installation, clearly going high level, low level. So for any of you guys asking, you're like, hey, can I use speed wire for high level and low level? Yes, of course. By all means. Who did this?
This one was John Williams.
Very nice. He also produced the soundtrack for Star Wars. Oh, wait, different John Williams? Okay, yes, my bad. Congratulations, John. You made the front page. All right. And that's that. Let me get that off. And
thank you for participating, guys.
Thank you. And if you would like something amazing, just post it in the group, and you too could maybe be one of the amazing tops.
One of the things I'm going to say about the Clean Wire Club, that Clean Wire page is not for
sales
or questions. If it's related to wiring, yes. But other than that, no. I'm not gonna post nothing about.
This is the last comment right here on the Coke thing. Coke Zero makes me sick. Yes. You know, and you had to find out, which is terrible. All right, so hey, at the top of the page, you see what we like to call the upper third, and today it's filled with our good friends at Audio Control. Wow, we got to spend a couple minutes with them, but we did get the pleasure of building 4 of their little panels in the new Bronco that they just built, which it honestly makes me super excited. I love it when they ask us to do little pieces for them. So it was nice to see that. I think we shared them on Saturday.
Yeah. Let me tell you what I saw. So
tell me what you saw.
Me.
Yeah. You can't talk about it. Anyways, they did show us one new product that you guys are going to be like, oh, damn. That's pretty cool. And some of you guys are going to be like, you're stupid. And for those guys, you just suck. That's what it is. All right. It's okay. But we had some fun. they had some fun. I just talked to, before the show, I was talking with my good friend Chris Brinkley, who's the Phantom out of Texas. Brinkley. And he was telling me that, yes, they had a great time at SEMA. Lots of people are coming through the booth. He demoed the heck out of the Bronco. It was a good show for them, which is nice. We like to see that. And he, too, like we had said, there was a lot of people there. There was a lot of people. It was a
lot of people.
So that's nice. It's nice to see that SEMA is getting back up to those pre-COVID numbers. So that's awesome. But anyways, we'd like to thank Audio Control. Christian is, look at him. Size of new products. Dude, Christian, bro. Like, so if you were standing here, maybe. But otherwise, no, man. Just, the new DMRTA. Dave, if you have an old DMRTA, that's all you really need, because the new DMRTA is just going to be an update of the old RTA. We're coming out with, there's going to be software. Just like the DSP software, there's going to be a huge relaunch of the software for the DMRTA. Don't ask me when, because I have no idea. But yes. What's your guys' favorite LOC to use? Okay, so
that depends of what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And on the card that we're
because most of the time I like to use the one that comes in the amplifier. Like most of the amplifiers we sell have really good in there. However, there's two that we use depending on the problem we're trying to do. So for example, if we're putting in something in like for example, we're adding bass. A lot of the things we do, we just add subwoofers to.
Yep.
Or we're trying to install something where there is no amp pro. So we'll test the signal that's coming from the factory stereo. If it's all screwed up, like for example, like if you got a Honda, and I'll use that as an example, that has no bass because they actively high pass it out of there, then so I have a problem to fix. If I have a problem I need to fix, I'm going with a kicker key lock. Now, if I have no problem I need to fix, meaning it's just doing what I need it to do, which is cool, and I need an external LOC, well, I'm going to get the LC1i Pro. I love the LC1i Pro because it's multi-use. I can use it as a line driver. Is it just LC1i?
LC1i.
Okay, either way, I like the LC1i.
However, the LC2i Pro.
No. I'm skipping over the LC2i Pro. I'm going right to the Epicenter Micro.
100%.
Because I want big fat bass. So I'm going with Epicenter Micro. I'm just saying, I like the Micro. I like bass. I like big bass, and I cannot lie. Oh, is that the right song? I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I like big butts, and I cannot lie. I like big bass, though. I think it's way more exciting. Okay, what else you got?
Hey, personal problems, bro.
No, it's not problems. Just Dean, Fernando, how much cutting do you have to do on an 09 RAM to install a double DIN? I mean, depends on the radio got. So if you got a short chassis radio, it's an 09. It's an 09.
It's just the
it's an 09. You got to go ham on that bitch, because that's the previous body style. Oh yeah, you got to cut out the whole
trim bezel.
Yeah, you do. Okay, so you got to do a lot of cutting. I don't know whose kit you got, because there are some Chinese kits out there. But if you go to metroonline.com and look at their kit, they give you a grayed out section that you have to remove. So they'll tell you what you have to remove. It is a decent amount. I was thinking of the newer trucks, the older one where you had a single or DIN and a half. You got to cut out a chunk, bro.
Yeah,
got a chunk. So what we like to use is the little trim thing. That's the little just gets in there, does a really nice job. So. Being you guys are moving to a bigger shop, how is that coming along? So the install bay isn't going anywhere. The retail side of things is moving to a bigger store. As far as how it's going, it's not going anywhere. Nothing is happening. We were gone all last week. The project that we're supposed to get done never got done. So came back not too happy. What else is new?
Come on, man.
Happy Monday, my peeps. What's up, Mr. Rios? Mike? So Mike came in. So Mike, there was a point in the day that I was not very happy about something. And so Mike just happened to be there, and he walks up and he goes, "Can I get a demo of this?" And I go, "Yes, you can get a demo of it." So we just sat in there for like 10 minutes, and he let me vent. Mm-hmm. And I needed to vent to somebody, and Mike just was the perfect guy.
Why you didn't ask for a hug from Chris?
He wasn't around. Mike was. Okay. And Mike was great. He let me vent to him. He said some stuff that made me feel better, and I got on with my day. So it was really nice.
That's it? You just...
it felt great.
What's up, Josh?
What's up? What are the odds? No doubt. I know.
He got to party.
He did get to party. He got to go see Move,
Chris.
Bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way. It's a song. I'm just singing the lyrics.
Whoa.
It's just the lyrics, man.
I know.
Now, I like our shop. I'm fine. I mean, we finally got all the cabinets we want. I don't know what we're going to do next year. Actually, we'll probably deal with the upfront next year because that just, thanks, Mike. Upfront just has gotten abused. So next, yeah, we're going to get some big cabinets and move it and probably not care about the 5-star sticker that's up there because that's not really important.
I really like that sticker.
Hugged and cried. I'm not a crier, as Haley will attest to. I'm not a big crier. I don't have those emotions.
Really?
Yeah, it sucks. A friend of mine is installing a JP95. Are they any good? I thought Bobby had one. Don't you, Uncle Bobby B? I thought Bobby had one. Maybe he has a 75. I don't know. Well, the 95 was the one that guy. That's the JP95. That's the Down for Sound.
Okay.
The big. Remember the Mustang that came in and we had to go through
the 7-channel?
No, it's a 5-channel.
No, that was a 7-channel that we did.
I'm just saying that was
well,
yeah. That was the 95. That's that big blue one that he had that had like the dual 0-gauge input.
Any good?
I have no idea. I mean, it turned on.
It was playing.
He had noise, but that was probably something else. Christian says, "Oh, that demo track.
It's
accomplished 2 artists and one of the artists playing in Orlando after
EDC.
Man, you should go to that, Christian.
Dude, it's gonna be here in Tampa. It's coming.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so me and Fuego have them both. Okay, so yeah, I would reach out to Bobby Burkett there. He's got one. Ask him what he thinks of it. And hey, what's up, guys? I was just wondering on the Kicker Solo Barrick L7S Solo 12, will the Rockford Fosgate 750 mono amp will run that sub and will it hit hard? So the question is, will it hit hard? That depends on your box. Honestly, that depends on your box. If you have a great box, ported properly, all that funness, yes. So as far as 750 watts, depending on which 750 watt amp of theirs you go with, it should do fine. I mean, my favorite combo was the L7Q, which is that guy right there. It's the Solo Square Q. They'd come in their boxes, and that was what we put the Rockford Mini T 750.1 on it, because that was like the perfect amount of power to just make that thing get up and dance. And it's small; it was only that big, so that's what I really like.
Yeah. All right.
Besides SEMA and MasterTech, are there any other large 12-volt shows that all the manufacturers go to that we average people can go to? No.
I think that's it.
Yeah, SEMA, you can go Friday, and MasterTech, anyone that can afford to go can go. Knowledge Fest is a closed show. Yeah, that's really it. That is, yeah. But that's why we go to both of them. I mean, we go because it's a lot of fun. But I mean, what do you got?
I'm trying to find it.
No, that's okay. I'm gonna hide current comment.
Please. There you go.
Someone's asking about. Oh, I know. I'm trying to hold on. I'm not gonna erase it.
Please, because I can't find it.
I'm not going to. There's something I saw here real quick. Someone asked if we do alarms. We don't do alarms.
No.
I'll just say that we don't do alarms. What do you recommend for integration into a 2023 BMW Touareg? Was thinking kicker key 200.4 and 500.1. Yeah. Wasn't Sajeki's one of those? Wasn't that a Touareg? It was newer than that.
Sajeki's?
Yeah, with his daughter's car. We put the JBL DSP in it. JBL Amplifier DSP. No, that would work fine.
What's up, Dan?
What's up, Dan? if you're gonna go front active, instead of doing like front rear sub kind of thing, I would recommend that is doing front active, bi-amp mode, and really make the front sound good. Let the rears just kind of do their thing. If you use rears, if you're a rear kind of guy.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm going to pull this one up real quick. Does 5-Star get many requests to run subs at 4 ohms? Is it worth it? Most people don't request what ohm load we're going to be connecting. They just assume that's something that gets taken care of in the installation. I don't think I've ever had anyone specifically come out and say, "Well, you run it at 4 ohm."
Actually, more people think about I want a 1 ohm.
Yeah, everybody says 1 ohm because that's the internet word. And then we're like, well, your amplifier is 2 ohm stable. Oh, I need an amp that does 1 ohm. No, you just need an amp, and it doesn't really matter what ohm load it is. You're just going to match the sub up. I want a 1 ohm. Yeah, it's just kind of dumb. But no, really the only time we do 4 ohm is okay. So let's say we had a big amplifier that was 2 ohm mono, and they have a small sub that isn't going to handle that. We'd run it at 4 ohm just to reduce the amount of power. We do that. I think I recommend that with the RP series amplifiers from Scar. Buy the 2000, but run it at the next ohm load down because it's a doable amp at that point. But for the most part, no, we just match up what's going to happen. So. All right, what is Cuddy saying? Cuddy, I'm sorry, I keep missing yours. I know. Okay.
I'm coming.
Are you coming? He's got it. Question. See, you got to be patient, man. Fernando's doing his thing. When using speed wire and RCA signal from aftermarket radios, how do you wire into iData Maestro RGM5 harness? Okay.
When using speed wires and RCA signal from our aftermarket radio, how do you wire?
So a GM5 plus harness might mean that you have Bose. And if you have Bose, then the harness isn't going to help you because you're going to have to go to wherever the signal is coming from. So speed wire is just a conduit from point A to point B. It's your line from point A to point B. So if it's a GM5 plus harness and it's a Bose system, then you have to go to the Bose amplifier to get the speaker wires. So in this case, it's not going to help you to have you're not going behind the radio. You got to go to the Bose amp.
It's not Bose.
If it's non-Bose, then you're just going to grab the speaker wires that are right there in the harness. All
right, Mike is answering the question right
there. Don't use the radio speaker level outputs. Run the speed wire. Okay, so I thought we were using an RR to replace the radio. Run this. Okay. Don't use the radio speaker level outs. Run the speed wire out of the amp into the open ends of the GM5 speaker inputs. Run your RCAs to the head unit to your amps. Still use the speakers it comes with for chime. 100%. Everything Mike said is correct. If that's what you're asking. So, yeah. So it's a loop. RCAs in the back of the radio. Speaker wires go into the harness. So the same wires that you would wire the radio up to, the output of the radio, you're now putting your speed wire there instead. So you cap off your speaker wires coming out of the radio so they don't short out and make the radio go do dumb things. Top 3 builders y'all saw in Vegas. Rockford, and Rockford. That's all we saw. I didn't see anybody.
So we went Thursday to eat at the Japanese or hibachi style.
Yeah.
When I went to the bathroom, upstairs was foods with a whole builder style thing.
Okay.
They were there. So
yeah, did you see him?
I saw him.
Where was your bathroom?
I was upstairs.
What bathroom?
The bathroom.
In the restaurant?
Yeah.
Oh, I just went to the one outside. There was a bathroom right around the corner.
But that was his right.
It's literally. I
said, "Hey, excuse me, where's the bathroom?" And say, "Oh, just take the elevator." It's
I was that's Stevie Aoki's dad, the restaurant. I can't think what the hell it's called. Anyways, the hibachi crap.
Sounds like that.
No, I was already outside because I had to bring my pouch to Josh. So
that's right. Yes.
So. But we saw Chip Foose last year when we were there. We ran into him in the elevator.
And we're going to see him
we're going to see him in a couple
March.
Months.
Yeah. It's funny.
The guy I would have liked to have seen, I just found out he was on the other side of the Pioneer booth, which kind of did. I was like, oh man, because he's the only builder show that I watch. But don't ask me to say his name because I have no. He's this big, tall, bald guy that just does a lot of welding and stuff. Yeah, Josh got to see T-Pain.
Got the chance to see T-Pain and everything. I was like, dude,
this was 100% a working trip
with the strippers.
He was just in love with Josh. This was 100% a working trip, so we didn't have any time to do.
Not at all.
Dude. We didn't do anything.
No.
Okay, so Mike is correct. So, Chip Foose is doing, for anyone that wanted to come to MasterTech, the Chip Foose class is going to be the most awesome thing ever because he's going to teach everyone how to draw. So he's going to like give you like a part of something. Everyone gets like a part of this drawing, and then he's going to help you finish it, which is going to be really cool. And then he's going to draw a car for somebody. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Dean, does a 2018 Kia Forte head unit need load resistors? Yes, it does. I would recommend using the greens. So,
it does?
Yes. Yeah, of course it does. It's a Class D radio. So, sing it, Nando.
Oh, that was Josh right there, man. All right, Here we go.
With DSPs and time alignment being ever so popular, are you still able to appreciate left and right stereo sound systems? I still love car audio. Ain't car audio tech stuff. And I love his shirt, man. He's wearing a 7-Up shirt. That's awesome. Are those headphones? Oh, he's got 2 woofers on the side of his head. That's cool. I love the picture. That reminds me of the Kicker headphones that we saw, the prototype image. It was 2 L7 subwoofers. Has this. Oh, that was so cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, I can't sit in a car that's just left and right stereo where everything sounds like it's coming out of the corner of the dash. I find it very irritating. Even in my Mustang, I have the bounce and fader all jacked up so that it's coming out of the center channel that's in my car off the factory radio because I can't listen to – and everyone's car, like Sue's car has Bose. It's got a center channel. Haley's car's got all the DSP in it. My car is probably the most basic out of all of them. But I still can't have left. It's just so irritating. Like if we do a car, if we do anything, and there's time alignment, even a basic radio, we're still throwing the time alignment on. So because I just can't take it. Your thoughts? Same.
No,
same. Yeah. So no, I can't do it. I know there's something better. You know, when you know there's something better, it's just like...
Well, I guess because you got used to it.
Well, the genie's out of the bottle. We know there's something better, and when you can't...
Because the people that they don't know, they perfectly fine with
that's just it, though. I mean, if you don't know, then that's fine. You know?
You don't know, you don't know.
If you don't know, you don't know. You don't know what you don't know.
You don't know.
Correct. When you know what you know, and it wasn't what you did, then you have to fix it because you can't go back.
So what happens if you know that you don't know?
You know that you don't know? I mean, that happens all the time. I mean, that's. Why are people blocking me from TikTok?
He's in TikTok?
Well, no, they're blocking him from because that tall bald guy was me. Yeah, it was you. I know. One of these days we'll get back out to California.
Oh my God!
We're thinking about making a trip out to Brian's place next year sometime.
Brian?
Modesto.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, going out to.
Yes,
Mitchell's.
For sure.
Yeah. Ada wants to go if we do go.
You're a Class E. I'm a Class A, baby.
Maybe a high biased AB.
Oh, I'm definitely a high biased AB.
Because you don't get as warm as a Class A, you know.
No, I don't.
You don't stay on all the time.
No.
Yeah, you got to be on all the time to be Class A.
No.
Yeah. Chinese
it's
children.
Bad. It's bad for you.
Oh, dude! Speaking of like TikTok and stuff, I was watching this. Video of like Indonesia or something like that. The content creators, they just have this big building, and it's all these little rooms, and inside of the little rooms are people making videos. It's the craziest thing ever. Like it's just an online machine. Like
really?
it's so strange. Dougie Fresh says, so much going on at Brian's shop. Take a whole day. Well, if I'm flying out to California, I'm taking more than a day.
I think it's gonna be a week.
Ooh, hold on. Sorry, we'll come back.
Jesus, man.
Sorry. I saw Power. So Power Base is one of my favorite brands.
Is Joe Biden?
And Joe B could be my dad. Power Base is one of my favorite brands, and we had the pleasure of flying out to Vegas with Jeff Fox, who's one of the Power Base like regional nationals guys in the company. So we were talking about some of the new Power Base stuff they have coming out and whatnot, and get pretty excited about that. Do you guys think Power Base plug and play speakers good speakers? Or are they just good for stock replacements? I think they're good speakers. I think if you're looking for like that mid-fi, that not like, yeah, look at me, but like something better than factory, but not like a full-on, I'm going to go crazy. Yeah, no, they have a really good sound to them. Like, let's say you might want to put like a 35-watt amp in the car, or something like that, or just use a better radio. They're not. I'm a big fan of these. Yes. I love putting in some Power Base.
They can handle some power for sure.
Yeah, we are going to work. You might be going to work, but I'm not going to work.
Okay, can I pose my question now?
Mike Rios says, I love me some Power Base. I think he's the rep. Yeah. All right, yes, go.
You sure?
Pose your question.
I mean, I'll let you go, bro.
No, go. No, come on, hurry up.
There you go.
All right, you read it because I'm gonna
I
drop.
can't.
Okay, all right. My Kia Sportage Hybrid did an update to the infotainment, and as a result, it messed up all the settings on my Kicker Key 200.4 amplifier. Now, when I play music, it's super loud at very low volumes. Oh, well, that's cool. So they fixed the loudness in it. I don't know if that's a bad thing. I have no idea why this update affected my amp. Do you guys have any idea why this happened? Actually, funny you should ask or make this comment because yes, I do. Because I was just talking to somebody about this specific problem while sitting in the Gladiator over the weekend, last week. It seems like a weekend to me. I'm going to just keep calling it a weekend. No, that is one of the things that unfortunately the amplifier now because it's got a DSP in it, it can all be changed. We saw this drastically with Alpine over the last couple of years because they would release their products and it would sound terrible. And they'd be like, no, it sounds great. And they'd be like, and then they do a software update and it would actually sound great. And you're like, wait, what happened? So yeah, basically if people complain enough or the engineers don't know what they're doing, which happens a lot of the times too, is that they'll forget that they turn things on and off or enough people complained about how it was playing at low levels. And so when you do the software update, it could affect everything. I'm sure somewhere in some small corner of the internet where it said when you clicked OK and it asked, would you like to read all the stuff it changes? And you thought it was going to be like a Senate document on taxes or some crazy thing like that, 200 pages of nonsense. It was probably in there saying fixed issue with this. And yeah. But no, it's totally possible, and it's happening more and more as these cars become easier and easier to update. It really sucks because I don't think that's something they should be toying with. The nice thing is it's a key, so you can easily just rerun it and get back into the good stuff. Oh, wow, super loud. I mean, yeah, so that's pretty crazy. So they changed a lot of stuff in the amplifier.
Yeah.
Vehicles with mixers, do you like them for 2C tunes?
Do you like them?
I mean, honestly, I haven't, like, most of the vehicles we do don't have up mixers.
No.
So, yeah, most of the stuff we do, I mean, don't get me wrong, like the BO system has an up mixer, but the rest of the truck sounds so bad, it's like, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it because it sucks. So we're fixing that.
So do you like them?
Do I like up mixers?
Yes.
I personally have not heard a great one yet.
What about Indies?
I personally have not heard a great one yet. Okay. So I'm selfish. I'm the one driving my car. I'm the one paying the bills.
That was about to say. Like,
so I don't want two mediocre sound systems. I want it's for me.
For me, I don't care. I don't care about the people next to me. I'm just going to drive by myself. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm never gonna go into the passenger side. So
no, I don't care.
Yeah.
What is Kenwood's 5 or 6 channel DSP amp you can still buy? It's the
600 DSP.
Yeah. I thought it was somewhere behind me. 600 DSP or something.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a KAC in there somewhere. All right, so now we're getting a ton of the which products, yes or no.
All right.
Most of them are no. I don't want any of these products.
No? All right.
No. What bass setup sound better in Rockford booth? The 212s in the back or the 210s under the seat of the Wrangler? I can tell you right now, everyone to me was telling me that the Gladiator sounded the best. His had way more bass. But every seat in my car, the guys in the back seat, the guys in the front seat, everyone was like, this sounds better.
Yeah.
So
I like the 210s.
Yeah, it had a nice
tighter.
Yeah, it was just
for
smacking you good.
Yep.
I
like the 210s.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with that. That's probably the answer you're looking for. It was definitely the 210s in the Gladiator.
100%.
There was one guy that goes, "Can I get 210s in the Wrangler?" And I go, "No, it comes with 12." So trust me, you're gonna need it all. Okay, so you really liked that Linkx Will for your Mustang. So off camera, when we ended the show, we still had like 15 minutes before we had to be in the booth.
Yeah.
So I went back over to the Linkx Will guy, and I had him give me a full demo in his F-150 of all the things that it did. Because I was like, I want to see this. Because in the F-150, they had the new 6.0. So I wanted to see how it worked.
Yeah.
And I'm really hoping that they do send me the new 6.0 Mustang one, because I would love to try it in my car for the simple fact that you guys ask us about these things all the time. And I'm not going to try some weirdo one. I'm going to try the Linkx Will, because I know those guys. I've been around those guys. And I've listened to the struggle since day one with these guys. So I know that they're the ones that are taking it in the face, and they keep showing up. So to me, that shows that they care, and they're doing what they can to make a better product. And this seems like a really nice product compared to what I saw 4 years ago. Yeah. So I'm hoping. As of right now, I have no horse in the race to say what's good, better, or best, but I would love to put the 6.0 Linkx Will Mustang radio in the car. So we'll see what happens. It's Brian Mitchell, that guy. Yes.
Brian Mitchell?
Yeah, we were just talking about you. Yeah, it was none of it was good.
Nothing was good about that. Yeah.
Okay, so Christian, if they send me the radio, that's going to happen. It's a simple radio thing. What's the problem?
You can go, bro.
You got to go bathroom? Hurry. Dude, I don't know why you do that. They can see you.
They can hurt you.
Yeah, no doubt. Walks through the room like, smash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost to the point where I can try it. I think and there again, I want to give it a try. I really liked what it did, and so I'm hoping to see.
Who did?
Dean and Nano for president and vice president. He can be president. I think he'd be a better president.
If I'm president, believe me,
I would much rather be the vice president, because then I could legally shoot somebody and get away with it.
Oh, that's not right.
I would say it was an accident. I'd say it's an accident.
Really?
Hey, listen, we're all afraid of Dick Cheney. All right? Is that who was the vice president? Yeah, he's a pretty scary dude. To fuse or not to fuse, that is a question. Always fuse, because 99% is not enough. No, our politics suck here. Let's not get into politics. That's bad fellows. All right, so I've had quite a few Linkx Will customers. I've had two that were happy with the boot up speed and an older generation processor, but they were fluid. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and that's just it. I feel now we're down the road enough. We might be okay. Better to get a subwoofer in a movable box or integrate in the car. Would it be better to get a removable one and take out when selling the car? So we use a company called Zen Enclosures for a lot of our fit boxes that we do. And they're just made, they sit in place. And then we build a bracket system that holds them in place so that, because a lot of the times you want to be able to take the box out so that you can get to the spare tire. Because if you get a flat, you might want to do that. So if we have room, we like to sell the Zen enclosures. Those are nice. A standard woofer box just sitting in the back is cool. It's really just goes down for what look you're going for. As far as when you sell the car, I never even think of that, because most of the people that are spending the money to have us do the installation, they're not selling the car anytime soon.
Oh my God.
No, dude, if you gotta go blow your nose, go blow your nose. It's okay.
No, it's just
okay.
I'm sick. I'm sick of this.
Aren't we all?
Yes. See my COVID. Dude, exactly. That's exactly what happened. Every time I come from Vegas, I'm sick. Every time.
But it's your bad DNA, man. That's all it is.
I have DNA. Really? I don't think so.
Dean, I missed your thoughts on JL being bought by Garmin. Do you think the quality will remain, or will they go down like most companies that are bought out? So I understand where you're going with this, because when you look at like the companies that were all bought out from like the 90s and whatnot, but most of those companies were not companies anymore when they got bought out. Like Orion was long since gone. Precision Power is long since gone. Soundstream was nothing. Hyphonics and Crunch, all those companies were already shit at that point, which is the only way to say it. So it wasn't like they bought these companies. Somebody had already destroyed them long before the people that have them now got their hands on them. If you look at the companies recently that I'm bought, like you look at like Rockford got bought by Patrick Industries, who I got the pleasure of meeting, one of the big wigs for Patrick Industry. You did too. Really nice guy. Asked a ton of questions, which I thought was amazing. He knew why we were there. Asked us a lot of stuff. It was really great. Yeah. They're invested in Rockford. It's funny because there's a certain amount of competition because, we won't get into that. But no, they really put the money into it. So, and then you say, okay, well, what about Audio Control? Audio Control is bought by Amp Global. Things have changed with the company for sure. But there again, a lot of the stuff on the back end side of it that we get to see that you guys don't get to see is for the better. Yeah. So, they're putting money into the company. A lot of the projects that were put on hold actually are getting done, which is really nice. So, it's not like they wanted to go, what now, the sustainability of the thing with, I get it. Like Rockford is cool. They're doing wonderful. Audio Control, we say, okay, well, Amp had them and the Phoenix Gold thing. It was like, yeah, but I think the Phoenix Gold thing is there again. They didn't buy Phoenix Gold from the original Phoenix Gold. They bought it from a third-party person that had already destroyed it. And then they came in and they didn't, I don't think they knew what they were doing when they did it. Audio Control, hopefully they learned a lot from the Phoenix Gold thing. Whereas even there again, Phoenix Gold over in Europe is doing fabulous. It's here that it's not. So, we don't have Phoenix Gold in the US, we just have it in Europe. Now we look at Garmin buying
JL.
And you have to say, okay, so let's break it into its pieces. Garmin, as we know, is all about boats and marine and stuff like that. So I think buying JL is great for that aspect of it, and they will definitely not want to make the product cheaper because they're getting paid. Like JL has never had a problem asking and getting what they ask for. Like they so when you look at high-end marine audio, they're getting it. So I don't think you want to screw that up in any way, shape, or form. Like screw that. Just keep pumping that stuff out. However, when you look at like the Goliath subwoofer, I don't know if they want to stay in the home audio world. They might spin that off to somebody else, like Amp did with Audio Control. So Audio Control Home got spun off to another company. Pioneer did that with their own brand, like Pioneer Home. They spun it off. I think Onkyo and whoever runs that does all that crap. Mm-hmm. So, they might spin that off to somebody else. As far as the car audio side of things, I don't know how big of a market that is and if they're willing to worry about it. So I don't see them like just spinning it off to somebody else. I don't see that. I just see it maybe just not becoming, like just being stagnant maybe. It's just like, here, we've got all this cool new stuff that we've done. I have no idea. I don't know anybody at Rockford or at JL. That none of these guys are talking. They don't know anything either. So this is just my opinion and my opinion only. But I could see a world where like we don't see a lot of changes in the car side of things, and eventually it just kind of dithers, or it gets sold off, or it becomes a brand, like in a car, where you buy something that has a JL system in it. I could see that. That makes a lot of sense. In a perfect world, nothing happens and we keep going. But I don't really see that happening. And since we're in a perfect, I think things are going to change in the next. There again, we got like in the next 2 years before we see anything.
Probably more.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I'm hoping it's a perfect world. I'm hoping that they just keep developing products and they let them do their own thing and they just take from them what they need. But everything else, which they could do. They could easily come in and say, hey, we need these things from the marine side. You guys just keep doing what you're doing in the home. You got that well under control.
Patrick did with Rockford, right? So it's like, hey, you do you.
Yeah.
That's all good.
Yeah. So. Yeah, we'll see. One of your installs, you didn't use a fuse distribution block for the 2 amps you installed. You had a fuse under the hood, but not in the back. What application to use them or not to use them? So this is a great question, Jamie. It was probably an older video. So here's the thing. And this is one of those things where we don't want to put out any information that could cause anybody any harm or do something bad to your car. So let's take, for example, Rockford. So Rockford has the mini T amplifiers. They're not fused. They have internal circuitry that is designed to protect the amplifier from a short circuit or anything going bad like that. And they say it's like 99.8. It's something silly like that. We'll just say 99% effective, okay? But there's 1% that's not effective. At the time, we were doing something with some JL amps, and they were the same way. They used the same circuit protector on it. And I had called JL and said, hey, how do you guys feel about your circuit? And they're like, great. There's a 1% chance that something bad could happen. And it's bad between the 2 amps. Like if the big mono amp blows out, and bad things happen. So if the amplifier has fuses on it, like there's fuses visible on the amplifier, do you need an external fuse box? Because that's fuses on fuses. That's a good question. It's going to be a toss-up on the installation how much room we have. But if there's no visible fuses on it, then we're going to be going with a fuse distribution block just because the manufacturers say that there's a 1% chance. So in this case, it was more 1%. It was more of going ahead and talking to the engineers that were building it and going, give me some clarification on this, because if I'm going to be recommending something, and they're like, always use a fuse holder if you can. I was like, all right, fine. So that's what we'll do. And moving forward from that point, everything has a dual fuse on it if there's no external fuses visible. So, and if one amp has them and the other one doesn't, then yeah. Plus, there's better blocks now that just look cooler. You guys have taught me how to do so much. Thank you. Thank you, Matthew.
Oh, thank you, Matthew. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you for the 10, buddy.
Fuse on fuse violence. Hold on. What do you think about installing Morel hybrid 62s and a 22 Tacoma? Right now I'm using Memphis MS 60Cs. I mean, it's a better speaker. Sure, it definitely is. But the real question I would ask is that the best place to be spending your money? Okay, as much as I love you to buy those speakers, are you spending your money right? Meaning, do you have a DSP? Do you have enough power? Is everything else in the car the best it could be for what you're trying to do? Because sometimes I see, or I don't like to say that, but sometimes people just change stuff to change stuff, and they're changing the wrong stuff because it's like, oh, I really want these. Well, cool, but are they going to make the biggest difference in your system? So, for example, if you've got power and you've got DSP and you're so along in this system, you're just like, I'm just fatigued on these. In which case, yes, by all means, upgrade to those, retune the car, and you're all set. However, if you don't have everything else in the system, save the speakers and buy the other stuff that you're missing. I think that's a better way to spend your money. But there again, whatever works for you. You guys just love the fuse things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, one more question. It's okay. Silk tweeters seem to always sound better. Why are aluminum tweeters still an option? Because people like the way people like the way when glass breaks it sounds. I mean,
are you kidding me?
People like tick, bro.
Of course.
I mean, dude, people like vibrancy. They like they love that stuff.
It's like when you cut something.
I mean, you know, I have Morels at my house, which have a big silk soft dome in there, and I watch movies on it. And that is the only decision that I made that I was just kind of like, because when I'm watching a movie, I really like to hear some of that extreme glass breakage, and you just don't get that with the silk soft dome. It's just not going to happen. But when I'm playing music, I'm way happier because the other stuff with my ears just fatiguing. So
fatiguing.
Yeah.
Really? Huh.
So yeah. So I mean, but there again, you do what you like and don't worry about it. And speaking about silk soft domes, I keep trying to get to this Gladen ad that's up top here. But if you're looking for some amazing silk soft dome speakers, check out the Gladen. You can find those at Moscone-America.com. They have a couple different pairs. If you want to be oohed and awed, check out the Aerospace. You will be oohed and awed with their silkness, their goody silkness. Fingernails on a chalkboard is relaxing. Oh, no. Pink Floyd with great speakers are awesome. I actually have the Pink Floyd headphones made by Sennheiser. I don't think they
sound awesome.
They're Sennheisers. They sound like Sennheisers.
Okay.
You either love them or you don't.
Good.
No, a lot of people don't. No, it's Sennheiser.
They don't sound good. Nah, you're just saying.
Okay. In the headphone world, certain headphones have a certain sound to them. Sennheiser, just like Focal in our world, have a certain sound to them. So if you like the way Sennheisers sound, then you're gonna like these. You know, they're kind of excitable. I am not sailing away with Enya. Okay. I'm going to go with this one here. Jeff says, how do you tame down harsh and semi-balanced excessive sound? Do you guys cut in 4 to 6K range? No. So you can, like, 6 to 8 is where it's at if you're trying to get down with that. 3200 is another one that's obnoxious. 350 is a bad one. 500 for me, just there's always too much.
You don't like it?
Now 1,000's got to go. But a lot of the times, so like Focal has a peak in that 6 to 8 range. So what we typically do is we make it a nice hill, sometimes a steep hill, but that's just because that's what those speakers do. And when you tune the car and you take all of that, yes, make a smiley face. I make my smiley face look like Stallone. It's paralyzed on one side. It does the whole little lip thing. To me, when you're tuning a car, everyone wants to get to that target curve that's like, hey, this is the curve. And it's like, yeah, but in doing that, you're taking away all the cool parts of what that speaker manufacturer put into it. So I don't necessarily want to remove
the characteristics.
all the characteristics of. I know you're kidding. I don't want to remove the characteristics of the speaker. I just want to tame them, so to speak. So, but there again, if you're sensitive to those frequencies, then it makes sense to get rid of them. But it's not my job to make a Focal sound like bleh or a Morel to sound like bleh. It's my job to just take the high points and the low points and make them not that, so that it sounds like a Morel or it sounds like a Focal. I mean, there's people way smarter than us designing these things. Why would I want to take that away from them? Go with the Illusion audio tweeters. They don't make them anymore. What do you think about Focal integration component sets? Listen, anything that you can do to integrate is great. And when you do it with a metal tweeter, people are happy.
It's amazing.
People are so happy. We've done so many of the Focal integration sets, and people are just like, oh my God, this is the most amazing thing I've ever heard. And I go, right? Because they are. You know, a lot of the times in cars, they come with cheap plastic tweeters, or they come with really tiny silk soft ohms that don't put out any sound at all. And you swap that out for a freaking Access tweeter, and you're just like, they're like, damn. And I go, damn. And they're like, this is the coolest thing in the world, because they just never did their thing. How do you feel about running coaxials in the front? So we used to do it a lot. We used to do it all the time. And actually, the new Jeep set with Rockford, they have a 6-inch coaxial with a tweeter, which is funny because they actually used to make a component set that came with 2 tweeters, that you could run it as a coaxial and a tweeter, or 2 tweeters, or a mid-bass with 2 tweeters. There's all these cool combinations. Really cool. And we sold a ton of them. But we sold them for we sold it because it's a really loud front end. So criteria is always the most important thing. So I'm not going to sit here and say, I'd never do that. That's dumb. Because the reality is if that's what I need to do to make the customer go, hell yeah, that's my system, bitch, then that's what I'm going to do. So am I opposed to them? It's not my first go-to, but will I use them? Yeah. Like if that's what the guy wants, you know, like we've done plenty of Fernando's customers where it's like, I want tweeters up here, and I want tweeters down there, and I want tweeters back there. And I go, hell yeah, man. You bet.
Can you put tweeters right here?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's right. Boom. Tweeter, pumpkin eater. You know, just go crazy. Because I mean, there again, it's I'm not listed in this
107 dB.
107 dBs, baby.
All the way around, baby.
Turn it all the way up. So it's fine. If that's what the system needs, then go ahead and do it. But you're gonna have a tough time trying to, like, I'm assuming if you're doing that, you're not going for sound quality.
What are you talking about?
Well, in the sense that you're not trying. Okay, what I mean by sound quality, because that's the word. You're not going for superior pinpoint staging. You could still stage. You can still stage, but you're not going to be like.
That's how you stage.
It's going to be like the whole dash is the stage, depending on how low that tweeter is. But you know, whatever works.
Yeah.
Tweeter headphones, yes, for sure. I mean.
Tweeters under the seat. I would put tweeters under the seat. Exactly.
We did put tweeters underneath the seat. So yeah, we did a hoopty one year. It was a vert, and they had some of the horns. You know, the old school under dash horns, not horns, not like we have now, but the old. I forgot what they were called. These were Diamond. These were made by Diamond Audio. No, these were made by Image Dynamic. So they're Image Dynamic horns. And it wasn't like they have now. Oh my gosh, demo Dan Murphy. What's up?
Oh, that's Murphy. What's up,
and
buddy?
we put him underneath the seat and just fired him forward. Because he had them. He's like, USD horns. Yes, thank you. But I think these were and they were the Image Dynamics. Yeah, because we were a big Image Dynamic dealer. And I had a set of the Image Dynamic horns in my Dodge Ram, which I absolutely, unequivocally hated. They just sucked. Oh my God. For the guys that like those underdash horns, could not. As soon as we put them in, I was like, I'm going to have to keep these for like the next 2 or 3 years. I'm going to hate listening to this.
I just want to put some horns under the sun visors, you know, right there in front of you. Like,
just cut the magnets out the window?
Yes.
I mean, why not? I mean, you could, I suppose. Holy cow, guys. I didn't think they were, I don't know. They sucked. Hey, guys, that's the show, if you can believe it. I mean, wow, we had a great show. Thank you guys so much for playing with us. Hey, if you would like to pick up a cool shirt or a sweater or something like that coming up here, winter is coming. So we got hoodies. We got all kinds of stuff. Maybe pick up your Run DNF. That's always a fun one. You can find that at dnfswag.com.
That's right.
And if you're looking for tools, Christmas is right around the corner, kids. Head over to DNF Tool Drawer. Pardon me, DNF Tool Drawer. It's where we list all the cool things that you need to do an awesome installation. And with that,
thanks 25.
That's what we got. That's what we got going on. It is Monday.
Unfortunately,
wire ruler you can pick up from Mobile Solutions. We don't sell those in ours. Although today
special tools. You gotta go to the special
tools. we were printing some more. So I got all my acrylic. We did blue today. We'll do green tomorrow and orange the day after. Those are the 3 cool colors.
All right, guys.
That's it. Thank you so much. Make sure to tune in.
5 minutes with 5-star on Instagram. So.
Yep. And we'll see you Friday morning, if not, or Thursday night on the Hi-Fi.
I know you got special tools, baby.
Always got special tools. Diet Coke and a turkey sandwich. You guys have a great rest of your day.
Bye, guys.
Fade to black.